3rd of May 2024. Madam Isimba Elijah Charles Kiage, a sad day indeed for Kenya, as we have lost a mountaineer by the name Cheruiyot Kirui, passed as he was trying to scale Mount Everest without oxygen support. His body was found a few meters below the summit point of Mount Everest. A sad day indeed for man who was on a daring mission to reach the summit without supplementary oxygen and was accompanied by a Nepal climber, Nawan Sharra, whose fate is still unknown. May his soul rest in peace. Let's then jump into the stories that are taking center stage as we walk our way all the way to 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. today. Now, U.S. President Joe Biden welcomed President William Ruto to the White House for a pivotal roundtable discussion centered on technology. The meeting held in Washington, D.C. underscored the growing significance of digital innovation in global partnerships. President Ruto commended the United States for its commitment in reinforcing resources within the digital sphere. Let's take a look.
And Mr. President, under your leadership, we believe that as we celebrate these 60 years of relationship between our two countries, we also celebrate the opportunities that come with the friendship that exists between our two. And as you have said correctly, the space around artificial intelligence, around cybersecurity and investments that come with it. We are expanding our footprint in the digital space. We are rolling out 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic in Kenya and connecting every ward and every village to a fiber backbone to make sure that e-commerce, digital jobs, and digital learning we can access to every child in Kenya. And we are very proud that we are going to work with American companies. Last month, Secretary Raimondo was in Kenya, and we agreed with her on the kind of investments, the level of investment, the type of investment that needs to be fashioned between our two sides. And my being here today is a confirmation that we are moving from ideas into action and from opportunities into investments.
For President, as you and I discussed, we'll discuss tomorrow, we're launching a new era of technological cooperation between Kenya and America, including new exchanges and investments in key fields of cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and semiconductors. And this progress is thanks in large part to the leaders around this table. So my message is really straightforward and simple. Thank you, and keep it up. Including new exchanges and investments in key fields of cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and semiconductors. And this progress is thanks in large part to the leaders around this table. So my message is really straightforward and simple. Thank you, and keep it up.
Well, ready, close. Ready, shut. Ready, base.
The Kenya Secondary Schools Heads Association has raised concerns over the high number of students yet to report back to school after the Mahimayu floods catastrophe 3 weeks ago. The association noted that 5 secondary schools that were affected by the tragedy have recorded less than a 60% attendance, with some of the students traumatized by the event.
To support those that were affected, especially the families that could not take their children back to school because their properties were swept away and they lost almost everything. So we thought, yes, the calamity has happened, but what next? So for us, we are looking at the future. We need to bring them back to life and also secure their future, because we cannot stop what has happened before. But what we can do is to focus forward and support them so that they can move ahead. And that is what we have come to do here. So as principals, we came together and decided to support through material and financial. At the same time, we are going to do psychosocial support so that we can assist them to come back to life. We are collecting the data amongst the schools So we have not compiled all the data, but every principal is reporting on what number of students they have and the number of students that have not reported this term. And we are following up to find out why they have not reported. Is it because of the flooding? Is it because of any other reason? So we are following up.
As principals, we have relaxed the rules, at least for the moment. That issue of reporting very early in the morning for the students, which we are saying it's a must, we must always look at it through a closer eye. We have departments of guidance and counseling in the various schools, and we task them to do the guidance and counseling, which has been done. And I also want to thank other agencies that have also been coming to schools, especially this school. There was a tent that was set there. I know some of you have been here. There was a tent that was set there for that purpose, and they have really assisted, and the students are raring to go.
Police in Eldoret have arrested one suspect for transformer vandalism, while 4 others escaped. The incident follows the interception of a truck transporting copper wires worth millions of shillings. The crackdown was launched 1 month ago after reports indicated that 20 transformers have been lost so far this year in Eldoret.
Person arrested, we were lucky. We found him red-handed. Actually, we arrested him at the scene. There were 5, 4 ran away. Lucky enough, we apprehended one, and he's assisting us in trying to track down those who are at large. The major issue that is fueling this thing is the scrap metal business, the copper business, so to speak. We are trying to liaise with the national government to see how we can rein on this. And also I'm calling upon the Scrap Metal Council to come in and assist us in regulating the scrupulous scrap metal dealers. So what we recovered in the lorry is the copper wires, and I mean the cables, and the cables and conductors that are used for transmission of energy. So those are the contents that we found from on that lorry. We are still yet to quantify the value, but we are looking at a tune of 250 kilos, over 250 kilos. So we are yet to ascertain the value. However, based on that rough estimate, the street value of 1 kilo of copper is around 2,000 shillings. So you can see, roughly, it translates to around 400,000.
We see that the power is off, the nyumba kumi comes out, and that's how we came, and then we made sure that these people are apprehended. And to make it matters worse, the culprit don't come from our area. So I urge the resident to be vigilant very much.
Health stakeholders in Siaya County have advocated detection of preeclampsia to cap maternal and neonatal fatalities across the region. Preeclampsia, a hypertensive condition in pregnancies, is said to be among the leading causes of maternal and newborn mortalities globally. The program aims to synthesize women with essential knowledge on reproductive health.
World Preeclampsia Day, and this is a condition that affects women after 20 weeks of pregnancy, and that can lead, if it's not checked, it can lead to kidney failure and even death of both the mother and the newborn. So today we have chosen to celebrate this day in Siaya County, and we are really meeting with the leadership of the county, community members, community health promoters, and healthcare workers to make sure that we can sensitize as many people as possible to be able to identify the signs of preeclampsia, so that this can be mitigated early enough to ensure that every pregnant mother is able to reach the end stage of that pregnancy in a healthy way, deliver a healthy baby, and still maintain their life. Every pregnant woman is required to go to the facility as soon as she realizes she's pregnant, so that they can do the necessary tests to rule out any of these conditions and give her the preventative medicine and therapies.
We are sensitizing communities and different categories of communities on issues, on conditions that present itself when they are pregnant. So it's a condition that affects the life of the mother and the child. And as a community organization, we are keen on ensuring that we avoid or we prevent these conditions as early as possible by ensuring that we sensitize the community through organized outreaches where we meet with these mothers and of reproductive age, and we give them information on how they can go to the ANCs early, so that if they have such kind of conditions, then they are able to be referred for appropriate management.
Let's move on. Stakeholders in the conservation sector have hailed the efforts of community wildlife conservancies in fostering peaceful coexistence among various pastoralist communities. At the Shambani Primary School grounds in Isiolo during the 9th Nasulu Community Wildlife Conservancy General Meeting, stakeholders noted that there has been peace and stability witnessed in the region since the initiative.
Sulu Community Conservancy pia ni chair ya Kenya Wildlife Conservancy Association. Jamii yetu ine zamani wanaishi wote katika ward ya Burad, walikuwa wanapigana kwa sababu wote ni wafugaji. Ndio sisi kama jamii tukaketi kuunda hii community conservancy. Sasa tumewaleta pamoja, amani iko sawa. Sasa wamalisho wote wanafanya pali moja.
Siku ya leo hakuna ndovu imeweza kuuawa maeneo ya Nasulu kwa sababu ya umoja wenu, kwa sababu ya upendo wenu.
Adija Mohamed, lakini watu wengi wanajua na Barwako, ni mwalimu wa Uhuru, na nimekuja leo AGM ya Nasulu Conservancy, na nimefurahi sana kwa sababu hii watu ile maendeleo wameleta, hata mimi nimeshtuka. Ndio mara yangu ya kwanza kuja kuhudhuria mkutano wao, na nimefurahi sana. Wao ukweli wanatumia pesa na njia kamili, wameleta maendeleo. Ukienda Conservancy yenyewe pale mahali ripota yao utashangaa. Banda zimejengwa, wazungu wameanza kuja moja moja, na bado wanafunzi wanasoma, wamama wamekuwa empowered, youth wamekuwa empowered. Hapa ndio mimi nimesema Nasulu nimewapatia kidole, na Mungu awabariki bodi wa Nasulu.
Kama unataka kujua usimamizi ya conservancy iko imara, kuna baadhi ya vitu mingi ambayo unaangalia. Ya kwanza unaangalia kwamba jamii wanahusishwa katika miradi, katika maamuzi, katika kuhakikisha kwamba wamechangia hoja lote katika kuendesha conservancy lao. Kuna mkutano za jamii zinafanyika, maoni ya jamii zinasikizwa, na mambo ya jamii kila wakati inapewa kibao mbele, kwa sababu ndio wenyewe na waamuzi wakuu katika hiyo community conservancy. Kama sisi NRT tulifurahi ushirikiano wenu kwa ile muda tumefanya kazi. Tunaona ni community ambayo iko na mwongozo na inaendelea kufuata ile utaratibu ya kubadilisha maisha ya jamii.
The government is planning to set up 25,000 Wi-Fi hotspots in all the established markets and over 1,000 digital hubs countrywide. While launching the Jitume Digital Hub at Kajiado East Technical and Vocational College, ICT Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo said his ministry is moving in earnest to embrace digital markets, especially in the rural villages.
And moving forward, we will ensure that a total of 25,000 Wi-Fi hotspots are established in markets all over the country. 1,450 digital hubs will be in each and every ward in the country. Na vile vile tukisonga mbele tutahakikisha kwamba huduma zote za serikali zitakuwa kwa mtandao. Ile kitu inaitwa e-citizen, mpango zote za serikali, huduma zote za serikali tutaweka kwa e-citizen ili wananchi wapate huduma za serikali kwa njia rahisi. Hatutakuwa na haja tena tukisonga mbele kulazimisha wananchi kuenda kwa maafisi za serikali kufanya application ya kipande, kufanya application ya passport na vitu zingine. Hapana, tutahakikisha kwamba huduma zote za serikali ziko kwa mtandao. Sasa itakuwa kati yako na serikali na simu yako ndio itaunganisha wewe na nini na serikali. Hatutaki maneno ya kulazimisha wananchi kuenda kwa maafisi za serikali, unakuta maafisa wengine wanaitisha hongo.
Ruto, this is a program that has been deemed to offer, of course, online solutions to our young people who are seeking employment. As you know, the world is changing and it's evolving. And now we are evolving to the digital age, to the world where you no longer need to tarmac and walk all the way to Nairobi to go to offices and look for jobs. You can actually look for a job at your fingertips in front of a computer. And I can attest that myself, having spent, of course, 28 years in America, and I know how important it is for the digital economy and for online jobs, and it totally changes the world. So for our young people, I am extremely excited as your area MP to see your commitment and seeing you being very proactive and involved in this online search for digital jobs.
Top of the trending topics at this hour in Kenya is Everest. That is after Kenya lost its mountaineer who has been found at the foot of the mountain. Also trending is Atlanta. We don't know why. This is after the state's the president visit to that particular state. And also lastly, trending at this particular hour is one Rigathi Gachagua. This is just owing to the comments he's been making about what is going on in his political background, or should I say backyard. Some of these trends are essentially going to make the back end of our bulletins to follow at 7 and 9 p.m. Thank you very much for being a part and parcel of our trending news at this hour. Online at Lookuptv across all your social media platforms. I am Akia Gasimba. See you at 9 p.m.